Professional Wrestling, March 10th, 1984.
Thank you very much, Miss McMahon, looking on very approvingly at that tremendous victory on the part of Tito Santana, my guest at this time. Truly a phenomenon in professional wrestling, in professional sports anywhere in the world. I'm talking about the one, the only, Andre the Giant. Andre, welcome to Championship Wrestling. You're in the World Wrestling Federation, the competition never better. I can't recall such a tremendously high level of competition anywhere in professional wrestling, anywhere in the world.
I will tell you right now, the all toughest wrestlers, they're all in this area. And every time the guys get tougher and tougher. All guys, I've been wrestling for quite a while, and I'm still undefeated. But believe me, all the time we get in the ring, some of those guys are so hungry, they want to be a number one. And to be a number one, they have to put me down.
All right, well, you say your record is unblemished, undefeated. Where does Andre the Giant go from here? I know you've set goals, you've set objectives for yourself. What's in the works for the future for Andre the Giant?
Oh, I like to make the wrestling fans happy one day. I'm going to stay for a while, then I will still go back in Japan, to Australia, and New Zealand. Then I'm going back to Mexico and England, and then I'm coming back here for the summer. But I'm very happy here, and the wrestling fan is great here.
All right, well, it's great to have you aboard. Andre the French Giant, 7'4.5", 492 pounds. He is a great one. Take it away, Vince McMahon, back at ringside. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Los Angeles, get ready. Tonight is the night. The Olympic Auditorium, World Wrestling Federation action at its very best, including 2 world title bouts we're going to talk about during the course of this interview. Also on the card, as a team, get this, Sergeant Slaughter and the Masked Superstar. In addition, you're going to be seeing Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Also on the card, Dr. D, David Schultz. Top international stars will be in town for the big one tonight at an Olympic Auditorium. When we talk about the international scope of the World Wrestling Federation, I must bring in a man from Auckland, New Zealand, very popular wherever he goes, the great one, Tony Garea. Tonight, Tony Garea one-on-one with another gentleman. This one happens to be a Scotsman, and I'm talking about Roddy Piper. Your thoughts?
Well, Gene, Roddy Piper has certainly built up a reputation over the years, Gene, but it doesn't faze me. I know what kind of wrestler he is. I know that he's a good wrestler at times. He doesn't always obey the rules. If he wants to brawl in that ring, Gene, I'll brawl right along with him. He made a statement last week, I believe, about me and how he's fighting. RP calls himself. I was wondering what those initials meant. I was thinking along the lines of maybe a rotten person. It would kind of suit the guy, if you know what I mean.
Well, I don't want to get in the middle of that conversation, but I read you loud and clear, Tony.
Well, I'm looking forward to the match, Gene. I'm going to give it 100%, and I'm going to do my damnedest to get my hand raised.
I see. I thank you very much, Tony Garea. Big one for you tonight. Roddy Piper at the Olympic Auditorium. Still plenty of good seats available. Mr. Fuji, you and Tito Santana for the Intercontinental title tonight.
Santana-san, tonight is very sorry night for you.
Could you put that sword away? I get nervous.
Oh, son, shut up, please. I am talking, please. Already, Tito, you know Mr. Fuji, master martial art. You already respect Mr. Fuji-san, right? So already you are afraid of Mr. Fuji-san, huh? You know, you have a lot of Mexicans there. All respect you. All farmers. That's what they are. Farmers. Slaves. To all them white men up there. That's what you are in your families. So you, Santana, I will make you lose face. I will torture you, and I will make you scream. And you can say, Viva, what you want to say. But I will tell you, sayonara, sayonara. Sayonara, Santana. So sorry.
I thank you very much. Out of Osaka, Japan. He is, of course, Mr. Fuji. Challenger tonight for the title currently held by Tito Santana, the Intercontinental title. Top names in town If I may at this time, I would like to bring in the world's heavyweight champion. I say homecoming, indeed he proved that the last time out, tremendously popular all over the world, heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan. Tonight, the Iron Sheik in the role of challenger.
And you know something, Eugene? I wish it was right now, Daddy, because every time I step off that big jumbo jet at LAX, I see the sunshine. I see all those beautiful people of mine running around. I know LA's back on its feet, Daddy, and I know that Hulkamania's running wild. Now, we got a different situation here. This isn't a world title match. This isn't just a wrestling match. This is all-out war. This is a personal issue, something that eats inside of me every day and night. And that's the Sheik from Iran. What about the hostages, me and Gene? The 444 days. What about those gas lines, man, that you waited in to fill that little Volkswagen up? What about they might as well take a gun and put it to our president's head because they're robbing us blind. And it's all-out war. And you know something? When I get in L.A. this time and Hulkamania's running wild, I might hold the man in the ring. I might torture him. I might keep him as our hostage. As long as you want him. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do to him, but I'm going to hurt him.
Well, the one thing I can predict is that it's going to be an unpredictable meeting between the Iron Sheik and you, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, man, it's going to be like thunder and lightning. It's going to be all-out war. And make sure, I want everybody to get ready for it. It's not going to be an earthquake. It's going to be Hulkamania running wild.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the night here in Los Angeles at the Olympic Auditorium. World Wrestling Federation action. Still at this late hour, plenty of good seats are available. 2 world title bouts, the incredible Hulk Hogan to defend against the Iron Sheik. Intercontinental champion, the great Mexican star, Tito Santana, to defend his title against Mr. Fuji. We'll see you at the Olympic Auditorium tonight.
To Roddy Piper. Before we do, we'd like to state that the views expressed in Piper's Pit, those of Roddy Piper and his guests, not necessarily those of us here on Championship Wrestling. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we take you to Piper's Pit.
Well, pleasure. I want to tell you why it's a pleasure to be here with this gentleman. Because, you know, there's world championships can change hands. A lot of things can happen in the wrestling world. But you must give tribute to a man who has gone 11 years in professional wrestling and gone through all the greatest professional wrestlers there is, from Andre the Giant to Roddy Piper, all the way down. And nobody has even come close to accomplishing taking the mask off this man. I want you to know that this is the only professional wrestler in the history of professional wrestling never to have his mask taken off, and it is an honor to have you here on the Pit, Mask Superstar. I'm sure that the people would like to know some of your strategies.
You know, it's a pleasure to be here. One thing that I've always recognized and I've always liked about you is you can recognize superior ability. I have had this mask, as you mentioned. A lot of things have taken place, a lot of titles. People can't seem to hold on to anything. This is my title. I do just about anything I want to do, to anybody I want to do, when I want to do it. You understand me, Piper?
Yes, the Masked Superstar does exactly what he wants to do, just like I do. That's what makes people like Piper perfection.
Piper perfection. Well, now, the roar of the crowd, the boos and jeers for this man stepping into the ring. The Iron Sheik here with his manager, Freddie Blassie, holding high aloft the colors of the Iron Sheik as he waves the flag about this capacity crowd. And these tactics are not appreciated at all. Let's begin the matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Lexington, Tennessee, weighing 225 pounds, it is Eddie Gilbert. And his opponent in the corner to my left from Iran, weighing in at 268 pounds, here is the former World Wrestling Federation's heavyweight champion, the Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik. Look at some of the fans about ringside. They have their own colors out. Old Glory, USA #1, and quite a nationalistic crowd here this week as Freddie Blassie prepares the Iron Sheik for a one-on-one confrontation with Eddie Gilbert. It should be an excellent matchup. Sheik and Eddie Gilbert. A tough matchup against the rope there. Gilbert retaliates. Gilbert is no slouch for anyone. He'll hold his own against any one individual in pro wrestling today. And you talk about fire and desire, this young man has it.
Oh, it's such a very, very important element. The emotional upbringing of Eddie Gilbert. Look at him go to work on a Sheik. Sheik with a reversal, but look at Gilbert. Earlier, we heard the chant of "We want Slaughter." That can only mean one thing, Sergeant Slaughter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the submission of the camel clutch, and enough is enough. Eddie Gilbert not able to withstand the tremendous pain that he experiences with that particular move on the part of the Iron Sheik. Listen to the chanting.
We want Slaughter. Everyone wants him but the Iron Sheik.
Look at USA!
He's fair. Look out. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sergeant Slaughter just came in. Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, he fell down.
Oh, my word. Out of left field. Sergeant Slaughter coming to the ring.
He said something about USA, and Slaughter came in the ring like a cannon.
Wow. You talk about your action, Vince McMahon.
Oh, you can bet that Slaughter is counting the moments until he can get his paws on Iron Sheik.
Now the chant of USA on the part of this capacity crowd here this week with us on Championship Wrestling. Eddie Gilbert trying to collect himself. The Sarge reverting back to his fatigue.
Let's listen to this now.
Iron Sheik, I hope you can hear me. I've been ambushed a lot of times over in Vietnam. I've been wounded. I've got scars from bayonets. I've been down before. I've been Pearl Harbor before. The United States has been down before, but we've always fought our way back. We've always fought our way back. Iron Sheik, I declare war on you. War. Because there's one thing that I've done since I was a kid. Ever since I was knee-high. I went to school through the Boy Scouts, through the Marines. And I'm saying it right now to you Iron Sheiks. I pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sergeant Slaughter, the one and the only Sergeant Slaughter, and this capacity crowd lifted to him.
And now Steve Harris is back for a teammate, another guy that can go and fill it up on the inside.
Arthur, I don't understand. Now, repeat again, very slow.